Welcome to the Business Behind the Scene podcast with Francesca Moi, where we talk all about real business problems, real solutions, and getting actual results in business. Hello, and welcome to episode number 10 of this podcast with me. I'm so excited. You guys, every time I record a podcast, by the way, this is the second time that I record this podcast because for some reason, when I record the last podcast, it just didn't work. So I'm devastated. So I was 2 podcasts ahead, and now I am here at literally 5:15 in the afternoon, about to leave from Melbourne, and I have to record this podcast again because something happened to the last 2 recordings. So, imagine if I wasn't organized and didn't have things scheduled ahead of time. I right now would be freaking out because I would have nothing to send this week. Instead, I do have something going out this week. However, I'm still 1 week in advance. So everything is good. Everything is flowing. So this week is Valentine week, and I want to ask you guys, have you got a date for your Valentine? What are you doing? But today is about not doing all alone. And I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about business. Why do you want to keep trying to do all your business alone? It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. First of all, we're entrepreneurs, we're creators, we are people that love company, love people, right? So don't try to do it all alone because it just doesn't work. It's going to drain you, it's going to make you feel lonely, it's going to drive you insane. Just find people around you that can help you, support you in the things that you're not good at. As business owners, we have 2,000 hats and we want to wear them all, and we become control freaks, and we can start to think, I can do it better than anybody else. And that is not the truth. You can't do it better than anyone else. It's not the truth. And it's not faster for you just to do it all. It's faster for you to take time to teach to someone to really help you. And this is something that when I first started the business, I was thinking that I was smart because I would learn things and just do it all by myself. And yes, okay, that was a great learning experience and it was great for me to learn, but it was holding me back because I didn't have enough time to do it all. At one point, I either coach clients or I do marketing, and I couldn't do it both. And so I had to find a way to start to duplicate myself so I could actually have less time for me to do marketing and get my virtual assistant to actually spread it out. But what's happening is that there is 2 types of people. There's people that do it all alone and think that they know best and they don't need any help and they're independent and just a little bit arrogant in time, if I may, and they just think, I know better. I can watch this person successful. If they do it, I can do it. I don't need anybody, right? And that is not really an attitude to be in business, right? But then the second one is, I don't do anything alone, nothing, and I always need someone next to me, and if something doesn't work, I blame that person. And that is not something I want to do either. So the third version is what I would like to show you how business, and I've been in both of those versions, by the way. I've been the person that was arrogant and think that I can do it all by myself and not have to pay anybody to show me anything. And I was smart because I was doing everything sneakily. And the second point is when I started to realize that I needed people, then I started to not take any responsibility for anything and start to blame everybody else for the things that didn't work and thinking, see, it was better when I did it by myself. I know. But then I learned. And when I learned, then I've learned that I had to get over myself and be humble enough to understand that I can be an expert at something, but I could always learn from someone else. I could always learn from other people. I could always learn from colleagues, collaborators, neighbors, anybody. So it was so important for me to realize that there's nothing wrong with being humble enough to learn from other people. There's nothing wrong with me to say, I need your help. There's nothing wrong for me to say, hey, this is my expertise, but I'm really bad at this technology, or I'm very bad at this thing. Can you help me? Can you show me? Can you teach me? Can you do it for me? Right? And the thing is, there is a very fine line between delegating and overseeing what people are doing and let task that you don't love go and let someone else do it and then assume that they're doing it and never check and never give them a procedure, never tell them your expectation, just let them do whatever and then think, oh, they're really bad, I should have done it by myself, right? So we want to, as business owners, we want to take responsibility of our own action, and we want to realize that we are stronger in a team. We are stronger with people around us. Even if you think you can afford it, you can. You actually cannot afford not to. You cannot afford to just do it all by yourself. It just is never going to be able to scale. You're never going to be able to take the business to the next level. And the amount of people that I meet, they grow a business of 6-figure without any team members, blows my mind entirely. And so I've realized that I do collaborations, but I took full responsibility of my side of the collaboration. I put things in place that I know who does what, and I don't do collaborations on the bottom of the funnel unless I truly know and trust that the person is going to put as much effort as me in that area. And that doesn't happen often. A lot of collaboration goes that you always end up with the short hand of the stick, right? And we don't want to have that because it's a bad feeling to have. So you want to choose wisely who you collaborate with and make sure that you choose someone that is actually walking the talk and not just doing things like that. So the reason why people think that they don't need a mentor and a coach is because they don't want to sometimes bring their success, give the success away, like thanks to that person that I'm successful. No, that is not the case. If you come and do my course and you become part of my academy and I teach you how to do marketing and social media, it's not thanks to me that you're successful. You're going to be successful regardless. I just helped you to fast track your process. I just help you to give you some clarity and some structures and some systems in place so that you can go faster, but you are going to be successful regardless. And that is where I don't take responsibility. Like, I'm so grateful that a lot of my clients message me and say, oh my God, Francesca, thanks to you, this happened and you changed my life and you changed my business. And I'm truly grateful. And if you're listening to this and you're one of my clients, I love you to bits and thank you so much. But that is not the case. We've got clients that are not following through, that they're blaming me for not following through. So then you think, hold on a second. How is this possible? We have the same program, the same structure, the same material, the same delivery, the same coaches, the same structure. And some people tell me that it's the best thing that ever happened in their life. And it was amazing. It was life-changing. And I've never been into a course that was more organized and more systemized and more templates given and, over-delivered 1,000,000%. And then in the same week, same month, same year, we get people that say, oh, that was horrible, that was terrible, I didn't enjoy it, can I have my money back? Right? It happens. And so at the beginning, I was taking that as, oh my God, it's my fault. What can I do? And by the way, I still do that. I don't think it's my fault. I just look at it and going, okay, that's a great feedback. How can we improve things in a way that we can make sure that all the type of learners, so there's like visual, auditory, right, kinesthetic learners. So we watch and change and our approach in the learning and delivery of our content so that we can actually help every side, every type of person. But I still don't take responsibility for people's action. I know that if you come into my academy and you follow what I say, you're going to get to boom your business in literally the next 3 months. That is like no brainer. But the thing is, some people have mindset issues. Some people have confidence issues. Some people have business issues. Some people don't want to understand business. Some people don't want to sell. Some people don't want to put themselves out there. And they are the one that blame me. They are the one that blame you for not helping them in the business. So I just wanted to let you know that nobody can do it alone. And I once said that to a person, and this person went bananas about it, saying that I was telling them that they couldn't be successful without me, which wasn't my intention. What I'm saying is, nobody can do it with a coach. If you look at tennis players that are in the Australian Open, they haven't got there without a coach. They all have a coach. Someone that swims, someone that get to the Olympics, they all have a coach. So what makes you think that in business you can do it without one? We all need someone to show us the way. And the number of people that come to me saying, oh, Francesca, I know I need a coach, but not right now. First, I need to put system in place. First, I need to get some clients. First, I need to do all those things. And I go, no, it's the opposite. First, you get a coach so that you can get clients and systems in place and strategies and marketing funnels and all of that. Please, you guys, don't do it the other way around. Because when you get a coach, he's going to tell you, no, this is the way I want you to go. And you started a path in another way. And now what are you going to do? Because you're stubborn. A lot of people actually do that because they're stubborn and say, oh, I've struggled so much on this way. I'm just going to keep going. No matter how much you go on the wrong way, eventually, if it's a road with no, that you can't go through, you're going to have to go back. If you take the wrong turn and that street doesn't have the right way to go, right, doesn't have an end, then you're not gonna be able. You're gonna have to come back, and that is fascinating how people stay in the wrong path for such a long time. So there was this time I was walking with a friend into a truck in the middle of nowhere, in one of those hiking track, and I remember that we got lost and we didn't know where to go, and we started to go towards this path, and I was like, look, it looks like this path and it's leading nowhere. Maybe we should just go back. And my friend was like, no, let's just keep going. I'm like, okay. And then we kept going, and I saw far away that looks like there might be something there. So she's like, maybe you're right. Maybe we should go back. And I was like, no, look, there's something over there. Let's just keep going. And then we kept walking and walking and walking. And now we were an hour in this path, and we realized that there was no way out. We had to go back all the way. So now 2 hours later, we were still lost. We were still looking our way, and we had to walk back our own path to be able to find the right path. And so how many times we do that in life? How many times we do that in business, that we know is the wrong track? We know our gut feeling is telling us that we should go back, but because you don't want to do those 20 meters that you've done again, just in case that was the right path, you just keep going against your gut feeling. You just keep going for an hour until you realize that you have to walk all the way back. Isn't that interesting how many times we do that? So get a coach that can tell you, hey, that path is the wrong path. If the arrow doesn't tell you that there is something in this way, don't go. Don't start a street if you don't know is the way that you want to go. And I'm not saying perfectionist that you're listening to this, not saying that it has to be the perfect path. With that path, you will learn, you will have experiences, you will have laughter, you will have problems, you will have tears, but at least you will know which way you are going. So in saying that, I wanted to talk about how many times other people compare themselves with others. So if you have ever compared yourself with other people, I hear you and I understand you. The thing is, don't compare yourself. Just understand that everybody has a different path. Everybody is a different level of business. Everybody has a different capacity to nurture the clients and to put themselves out there on social media. The only person that you should compare yourself with is yourself. A lot of time people come into my workshop and they say, I want to be like Francesca Moi, and I don't want to learn from her because I don't want to copy her. And I go, what? What are you talking about? We actually have a new product that I'm creating, which is a business mindset coaching certification, because I want to help other businesses to teach what I teach, because I know that it works. And I know that we got a system and a model that nobody else uses and teaches this way. And we can really help and impact way more people. So you never know. Just if you want to learn from someone, so that you can teach it, don't just try to copy them and sneakily and then go and do it anyway. Be upfront with it. Go to the person and say, hey, I want to do what you do. Do you have a program that teaches to become like you? And we do, for example, right? So if you're interested in that, by the way, let me know, because we're starting that in April, which is so exciting. So they compare themselves with others, but they're not willing to actually ask the other person to actually show them. Do you know how many people will be actually willing to help you and to show you the way instead of you trying to figure it out? I'm one of those people. I'll show you the way. I have no problem with that because I don't believe in competition. I don't believe there is such a thing as competition. I believe that my mission and my purpose is to help as many people as possible. And so if you want to help me help more people, I will help you, right? Definitely. So you want to work with people that have gotten the success that you want. So there is another thing that a lot of people tell me when they want to join the mafia. They say, I do want to join the mafia, but I can't afford it. So I'm going to go and work with someone that is my neighbor that 20 years ago used to do business and he can coach me and help me. And I go, hold on a second. You want to, are they in business now? Do they know how to do business now? Not like 20 years ago. Do they know what you need to be doing? Are they doing what you want to do? Like, if you want to start to run workshops and national tours, go and find someone that's doing it and ask them if they can teach you. Don't try to find someone that is cheaper and so that they can teach you what not to do, right? I find it fascinating how many people are working with people that have no knowledge, but they are cheaper. Don't shop for price, but shop for what you want out of someone, what you want to learn, what you want to become. And when you see that and you find someone that's successful at it, go and ask them to teach you. Go and ask them to teach you. So why don't we have to do it all alone? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's going to take you double, triple the time. You just need to reach out to people that can really help you and support you. If you do it all alone, you're going to burn out, you're going to get tired, you're going to forget your mission, and you're going to get stuck in things that are not putting you in flow. And if you do that, you are going to struggle in business. You're going to struggle to get things done, and you're going to start to doubt yourself a lot. Also, when I talk about not doing it alone, I mean, join a community of people that are doing similar things to you. Join a community of people that are on the same path as you. The reason why a lot of my clients in the academy, they say that they love being part of the mafia is because they love of the community, the support, the people. Everybody brags in the mafia, everybody celebrates, they win, and they're all very truly supportive of one another, except those few people that are complaining, because there is always people that are complaining. And I found it, I was telling my mom what I was going to talk about in this podcast, and she was saying, what? Are you going to tell people that there's people complaining? You don't want to say that. You want to keep that secret. And I was like, no, because if I keep that secret, you would not trust me, because that is not the case. No business, unless it's way too small and you're not even putting yourself out there. No business is out there and is big enough and they have no complaints. It's impossible, because you can't make everybody happy. And I understand that, and I embrace that. And from every complaint, I take feedback and I change and tweak things to make it always better. So I'm grateful to complaints and I'm grateful to feedback. And literally today there was one person that was complaining and was saying, they don't want to come back to a workshop because they think that it was too early for them to join my community. And I know for a fact that it's not true, because literally 2 weeks ago someone joined that had no business whatsoever and they already made $3,000 in 2 weeks. So I know that is not true, but in the same time I can take that feedback and go, okay, well, if that person felt that it was too early, maybe what else can I add for people that are startup? Maybe I could have a video uploaded in the membership site that will say, hey, are you new to business? These are the extra couple of things that you should be doing on top of all the other things that I teach everybody else to make sure that you catch up with them, to make sure that your business goes to the next level, right? So that could be an option that I could add. So I'm always grateful for feedback, because I can always add and improve things that I do. Now, choose wisely and follow your gut feeling when you choose who you want to work with. Please don't choose. So there's something that a lot of people do. They hang out and they work with people that are the same level, right? I don't want to always choose someone that is 2, 3, 10, 20 steps ahead of you. Don't work with someone that is the same level or even less than you. There is so many people that I notice that they come to my half-day workshop and they don't want to move forward into the academy, and they all help each other to stay where they are. Like, truly. They all help each other to stay at the same level, to have the same known success, to have the same struggles, to have the same pain, and they all talk about it and they all enjoy that staying there so they can be a victim. Now, this could be something so quite challenging, and the reason why I know that is because I used to do it. When I first started 6 years ago, my first 6 months, I made $120, legit. Like $120, not $120,000, just $120. The reason being is because I was hanging out with people that were doing nothing in business. They were just talking about business, but they were not serious about their business. And so the business was a hobby. And so every time I had an idea, they would say, "Oh my God, genius." And every time they had an idea, I would go, "Oh my God, genius." And we just keep helping each other having ideas, but nobody was implementing any of them. And every day they would catch up. It was so empowering and so inspiring and so amazing, because we all chat and pretend to be in business, but nobody was making any money. So I was not inspired to take myself to the next level, because I didn't want to leave my friends behind. And all of this was subconscious, of course. I wasn't doing it purposely, but I just didn't want to leave my friends behind, until I realized that if I wanted to grow my business to the next level, I needed to change the people that I hang out with. I needed to start to hang out with people that were serious about the business, so that I could take my business to the next level. So I can hear you all asking, when is a good time to get a coach? Or when is a good time to get some team members in place? Or when a good time to get a virtual assistant? A good time is yesterday. You want to invest in the next coach as soon as possible. You want to invest in people that can help you and support you in your business. When I first got my first virtual assistant, my dad was saying, "You are cuckoo crazy. You cannot afford to pay this person." And I said, "Dad, I cannot afford not to have a virtual assistant. I always hire people before I have the budget." What does that mean? I have the budget moving forward, but right now it's going to be a stretch to hire that person. And the reason why is because I know that the business is going that way. If I put a person that's going to help to bring more leads or help to bring more people into the business, it's a no-brainer. It's going to work. It will work, right? So start to have a look on how you can get your business to the next level by investing into a coach that can show you the way, that can show you the shortcut, by investing in a VA. And by the way, what's a virtual assistant? Virtual assistants are people that live in usually in other countries that can help you and support you in the back end of your business, in looking after the admin, the emails, the social media posting. They can do a lot of your client service management. They can do your community management. They can do so many things to help you and support you to be good at keep doing the things that you're good at while they're doing the other things and support you. We have found and trained over 65 virtual assistants for the clients, and it has been amazing because they all now have support and foundation to get the business to the next level. So if it is a coach or a virtual assistant, someone that you can get help from so that you can take your business to the next level, just look into it and do it as soon as possible, because together in a team you can go way faster. Now, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, and I look forward to see you next week. I'm off to Sydney for an amazing workshop, and next week to Melbourne. So I look forward to see you guys in one of those events, or I'll talk to you next week. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then you have to come check out the Entrepreneur's Abundance Mindset Mastermind. It's my monthly mastermind where you get to spend time with me, where we take all this material, we apply it, we study it, and so we can take your business to a whole new level. So just go to the Francesca Moi, the Meetup Queen Facebook business page, and then just send me a message and you'll be able to choose the option EAM Mastermind. I would love to have you join me there, and I'll see you next week.